Snooki Zigala, these four guys, they informed Joe Modise about that meeting. And one guy, he's late now, Savimbi, he lied to the guys, to Snooki Zigala, and that I was a ringleader of this meeting. So Joe Modise ordered my detention. Word came that our 9 guys perished inside the Zambezi river. So they died painfully. Crocodiles feasted on them. May their soul rest in peace. Sphiwe Nyanda, because he was, let me say, Joe Modise appointed all his favorites, generals and officers. There are 9. Zulu, Balega and Betekot. Why didn't they help Oliver Tambo to stop Quatro? I'm asking them now. I'll read the list here. Why didn't they help Oliver Tambo to stop Quatro? They're painful one. I forgot to bring Olutando is the artist. He once gave me copy of this. Or them pulling 1,000 liter water tank full up to Quatro in a steep, being whipped with coffee sticks. It is now 7 years. Master of the High Court has never implemented the court order. I'll show you, I'll give it to you with your copy. So it means he was bribed with money to kill this case, because one guy eavesdrops to me that NC top guys also embezzled our monies, as usual.
This unit called Mbokoto seems to be feared by many people.
Yeah, the purpose of Mbokoto was to harass us members of the NC. If somebody come to Mbokoto and say, hey, OLT say 1, 2, 3, they immediately come for me. And I'm gone. How come you are sent to a mission abroad, you come back pregnant?
Okay.
You are going to represent your country, but you come back pregnant.
Yes.
They only can tell us what happened, who impregnated them.
Yes.
You must Google Ayana Zolzole.
Yes.
She once told Zoetan that, I don't know which year was it, there was sexual abuse of women in MK camps. Men
or women?
Women.
Okay. Okay, let's do that, because when I spoke about Ayanda Dlozo contacted Mashiane Politicallyincorrect, another month, another struggle hero, another unsung hero of our liberation movement, another opportunity for us to learn. I'm going to do as usual. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to rely on my pen and paper to write all these questions here. And like I always say, be patient with me. I work alone in the studio. It's easy for you guys to criticize here. I'm going to touch the phone because this is my timer. And for someone who works alone in the studio, I really beg you to have some form of patience when I'm touching my gadgets or when I'm writing. It's not disrespect to the guest. And the guest does understand because I'm going to have to write things. This is for me to stop myself from interviewing, from disrupting the flow of the interview, so I can write things down. And whenever I do interject him when he speaks, it is out of respect because I need to capture something. But for what it's worth, let's get on with it. Comrade Eraoring, has comrade, the word comrade, lost its value from the word you and your generations knew it? Ke khopela gore o tse this opportunity while you are answering it or explaining gore ke mang wa kae and how did you become a freedom fighter? What motivated you?
Yeah. No, comrade, its meaning from the start was okay, but it was abused by what I call pseudo politicians or soci politicians. So it has lost meaning total. So there's no more thing like comrade, because people use this for their own benefit or to rob people. Comrade, comrade, comrade. Now you believe with me, this man is a comrade, can't you? He'll swallow you alive. So comrade has lost a meaning totally. In my vocabulary, there's no more comrade. This word comrade doesn't exist. Because I've seen it for 16 years. Until 92 when I came back up to today. There's nothing like a comrade.
Tell us, sorry, Kemang, from where were you born? What motivated you to go into the struggle and emancipate our people? And how did you go to exile? And what was your experience in exile?
Yeah. In 1996, 76, I was working for a company called Natal Building Society in Krugersdorp. So when our children, 1976 were to school children, protested against using of Africans in their schools, the apartheid police started shooting them, killing them. So I never planned to go to exile. Myself and my friend by the name Nicholas Mlokwane, my township is Dobsonville. So Nicholas Mlokwane was also from Dobsonville. He was a school teacher. We never planned this thing. We just came together with him, man. They say, if you reach Botswana, you'll be able to handle or to get the AK-47. So, in fact, if you reach Gaborone, so myself and him, we said, no man, let's go to Gaborone and find AK-47. So we thought by going there, you'll have to grab the AK, come back and shoot the boss. It was not so easy. So, since he was a teacher, we came across Keith Mokwape and Snooki Zigalala at the ANC house in Gaborone, in Buntseng Township. It was like an office, ANC office. How did you come across them? My friend Nicholas Mlokwane had a girlfriend in Gaborone. So we reached a house. Let me say first, we left Joburg in a railway bus up to Mashiane Township, near Ramozwa. Ramozwa is the site of Botswana. So we arrived there late in the evening, and then we just checked one house, said, no, let's go and ask for a one-night sleep there. We went inside that house, and they gave us a overnight sleep. And this family had relatives in Botswana. In the morning, their young boy was sent across to go and ask for meal. I'm covering that in my story here. So he left with us. Then we jumped the fence up to Ramozwa. Then he went to the relatives. Then we catch taxi up to Gaborone to Nicholas Mlokwane's girlfriend. After 2 days, we were told that there's some Black Consciousness movement guys, BCM guys, in Extension 12 near Gaborone. So I went there, spoke to them, but they were interested in going abroad for studies. I wanted AK-47. I didn't want to go to school because I wanted to come and shoot the boss. to revenge. So, and then I told Nick, no, Nick, let me give you a chance with your girlfriend. I'll go and stay with those guys. Yeah, I went to them. They said, no, okay, you're welcome. After a few days, maybe 4 days, Keith Mokwape visited that house of the BSM guys. So he spoke about AK-47 and Umkhonto Sizwe. I said, yeah, this is something I want. Okay. Then after he spoke to the guys, and then he went outside, I followed him. I said, no, man, I also want to join Umkhonto because I want AK-47. He said, no, come to Bonteng Township. He directed me where their house is, the office. So then I informed Nicholas Mlokwan about that. So we both went to Bonteng Township and then discussed with Keith and Snooki Zigalala that we are interested in joining Umkhonto Sizwe because we want AK-47. And then Nick was told, well, since you're a teacher, we'll send you back home to do underground MK job operations. Then when they gave me MK name, LT Mhlekazi.
LT.
ELTY Mhlekazi. Because originally my father is from the Eastern Cape. My mother is from Botswana. So this Mhlekazi is a word used in Xhosa, Mhlekazi. Then said to me, Wena, you are going to Zambia. Right? They said to me, okay. After a few days, they gave me a date. Come to our house, we'll fly you to Zambia. Nick was sent inside the country. Then I was sent to Zambia. I stayed very few days in Zambia and I was flown to Tanzania in a township named Temeke Township, where our leaders frequently visited us, including Oliver Tambo. When I arrived in Temeke Township, I found a very, very poor NC. They didn't have even a cent. So Soweto school children flocked into the ANC. Some wanted to go to school. Some wanted to handle AK-47. So Oliver Tambo immediately flew abroad to ask for funds from international donors.
Which year is this? 76? 77?
76, yes. He went abroad. There were 4 donors, international donors. One pumped money, food, clothes, and scholarship, free scholarship for us to study abroad. So our group, the 1976 group, was handled like eggs by all ANC leaders. All right. Then I was flown to Zambia. In Zambia, I stayed for a short time. And then we were flown to Luanda, Angola. It's 77 now. Because now we are going to Angola for military training. In Angola, in Luanda, one time we were informed that, guys, you are now going for military training in south of Angola. Buses are on the way. They are coming now to drive you to Luanda Airport and to south of Angola. Immediately after that, word came that no one is we packed our suitcases and bags, everything, excited that now we are going to handle AK-47. Immediately word came in that no, those buses are organized by the Boers and the collaborators in the Angola government to take us to Namibia, where we are going to be crucified. That thing stopped. They said, no, we are no more going. Then, I don't remember after how many days, the real buses came. Then we went to Angola, south of Angola. Our military camp was named Mbokoto. I trained with a lot of guys, some of them ex-universities guys, a number of them. Like one is called Whale and Zapu and others. Modise, you can name them. And then our training took 6 months. We were trained by the Cubans of Fidel Castro. From 77 to 78, 6 months. Then the training, before the training ended, we experienced food poisoning. Yeah, many of our guys had loose stomach. I don't know if I must call it the diarrhea or what. Even those who were manning our base outside, they were found lying on the ground, vomiting, messing themselves up, AKs on the floor. And then we had Umama Nomava, our only doctor in the base. She couldn't afford to treat all of us because she was alone. Then Cubans had another camp. They were radioed, but the radio took time to reach them, you see. But ultimately, it reached them. And they brought their doctors and their soldiers. They immediately manned our base and cooked us light food, like soup. Our mess, eating place, I don't know how do you call it, we call it mess, eating place, resembled a hospital ward. All those who were very sick were put on beds with drips. I went twice to toilet. I was not so serious, but most guys were very, very, very serious. And funny, our lady comrades, then comrades, not now. Not a single of them was affected by this food poisoning. They were seen untying guys' belts, cleaning their mess. Those girls, they are late, most of them. I don't remember their names, but they are late, most of them now. So, I don't know, because this story is too long. It's covered too well here. I don't know, I must go down here.
I don't know. What we want is just give us bits of narrative, because it's a story of you, how you, because if you dwell on one, we don't want one section of your story to be the whole entire podcast. Yeah, we will maybe in the next future podcast we'll dwell about maybe the diarrhea at the camp. But for now, we just want your participation, how it went from the training and how you came back. What do you find this South Africa to be?
Yeah. Yeah. After training, I was sent to northern Angola in a base called Kibashi, MKS. There, because in Mbokoto, I was platoon commander for 30 guys. Then in Mbokoto, in North Kibashi, I found Barapagade being camp commander. He was from the Letuli detachment. He immediately appointed me platoon commander for train guys now. because that was a transit camp, you see, Mngqibisa. So one day he said to me, "Hey, LT, please take food for those guys who are locked up there."
Locked up?
Yeah. They were locked up in the underground base. Most of them, all of them, I trained with them in South. One of them was Ben Tientilakalak. He was a boxer before he went to exile. I don't know if you know about him, Ben Tientilakalak. So, and other guys from Natal, because they were not in good relations with Joe Modise. So I asked them, "Why are you here, guys? Why are you locked up?" They said, "No, Joe Modise ordered our detention. And mind you, Angola is too humid for somebody to be locked up in a basement. So every day I took food for them until I was flown to Zambia. In Zambia, I was going to do training by the Zimbabwe guys, ZIPRA guys. ZIPRA is Zimbabwe People's Revolutionary Army, because the ANC was in political alliance with Zapu of Joshua Nkomo. So I went with some guys to do that, and that training. It was called survival course. There you don't eat for days, because they said Joe Modise is preparing us so that when you are inside the country, you can even survive when there's no food. All right? So we survive with wild foods. But to me, that was something like punishment, because Joe Modise, who was ANC prison architect, enjoyed to lock MK guys who contradicted him, or who contradicted ANC leaders for their wrongdoing. Okay, we finished that training course, and then I was sent to ANC underground house in Chunga, yellow house. That house was painted yellow with yellow paint. All right. We had lost weight because we didn't eat at Zapu there, at Zipra. So we found Keith Mokwape there and Snooki Zikalala. I don't know when did they leave Botswana. So they were responsible for purchasing us food, but they purchased us little food. So we had to complain because donors pumped food and money because of our presence. And we were given little food after undergoing that training, that tough training. So we complained. We asked why little food, because we know donors have pumped money and everything into the NC because of us. No answer. Then we decided, let's organize a meeting to raise this question. No, we organized this meeting. Keith Mokwape, Sluki Zigala, and Solis Melani, and Mfundis. These two were little detachment guys. They came to our meeting. Then we raised the question that why are we fed little food when we have lost weight after this tough training? There was no proper answer for us. And the meeting ended up in disarray. No agreement. So Snooki Zigala, these four guys, they informed Joe Modise about that meeting. And one guy, he's late now, Savimbi, he lied to the guys, to Snooki Zigala, and that I was a ringleader of this meeting. So Joe Modise ordered my detention. That was 1978. So I was detained. I was sent to Zapu prison. Because also, all these liberation movements, all of them, they ill-treated their fighters. SWAPO, Frelimo, Zapu, ZANU, Robert Mugabe, Angola, all of them. When you ask questions, genuine questions, why is it like this? You are locked up. So I was sent to Zapu prison, right? And I was locked up at their offices, alone in what you call Kulugut, isolation cell. Before locked up, Solis Milan, because he drove me to Zapu, he went inside the office, and two Zapu guys came with AKs, sandwiched me, took me to the cell. Right? And then I was locked up in an isolation cell. After a few days, I was sent to Zapu's main prison, west of Lusaka. It was an old dilapidated house with high fence and barbed wire on top, right around. I found 78 Zipra guys, they are locked up there. And food was a problem in Zapu. So we survived just with little food. In 1979, it was a time when Ian Smith of Rhodesia was bombarding African states, even Zambia. So in 1979, 3 Rhodesian Air Force jets attacked our house. One dropped a huge bomb, but fortunately, I think the pilot miscalculated. He didn't manage to bomb the house. The bomb dropped outside. Another jet was firing a machine gun on top of us. Another one had dropped napalm bomb. Can you just write napalm bomb and then later you Google how dangerous is napalm? N-A-P-A-L-M. Napalm bomb.
Yes.
Dangerous. It's a mixture of chemicals, petrol, whatever. When it lands on your body shrinks. Same time. So I found myself on top of a barbed wire. I don't know how, because that day the commander of the base dispersed everybody except us. And the gate was locked, tightened with a thick electric cable for that day. So Rhodesian Air Force are coming to bomb us. It means they knew. The commander knew. So I dropped outside the yard. As you can see here, this is the mark of barbed wire cutting.
Almost lost a finger, Mos.
Yeah. Outside, I maneuvered into the bush. I saw ambulance. I just inside the ambulance. Blood was oozing from my... I also have a mark here. So I got into the ambulance. It was driven by a Cuban. And the other Cuban was armed with an AK-47. They came to fetch us, those who are injured. and they sent us to University Teaching Hospital, UTH in Lusaka. So the doctors removed splinter on my left shoulder. Yeah? And after following day I was discharged. I was sent to Zapu's Makeni Township Clinic for further treatment. After 2 days, I decided, no, man, let me go to Chunga Township, where I was detained from. But I don't know, how do I go there? I don't have a cent in my pocket for taxi. I told the Makeni clinic nurses that, no, I'm going to my place now. So on the way, I asked Zambians route to Chunga Township. They directed me, and I asked all the way. I reached Chunga after 2 hours. Hungry and bloody tired. So fortunately, I reached there, and the guys, MK guys, informed Snooky and Keith Mukwabe about my presence. They came. Keith Mukwabe came. He just passed away. You heard about him. He passed away, I think it was in February or somewhere there, or March, yeah. He passed away. Let me say, 6 of the guys who abused me, all passed away. I'm still alive. Keith said to me, Team Shegas, I don't have powers to release you. Only Joe Modise can release you, but he's outside Zambia. I was driven back to Zapu prison again with those injuries and everything. Hungry, tired. I didn't sleep at Chunga. Same day, back to prison. Now I was sent to the main Zapu prison now. They called it Mboroma. Not that one which we were bombed from. Because I think maybe the house was flat, I don't know. I stayed in that prison for 14 months under daily humiliation and hunger because Zipra guys were stuffed purposely. So I experienced that problem. At some stage, I was made to stay in a swampy area. As a result, I have foot and knee problems. Winter, I suffer a lot. So cold entered my knees and feet. So I suffer a lot winter. Right? In 1980, the Lancaster House talks resolved the Zimbabwe problem. Lancaster House is in London, because Zimbabwe is colony of Britain, you see. So after that, Zimbabweans were repatriated back to their country, and Keith fetched me from Zapu prison back to Chunga. So in Chunga, I stayed for, I think, 10 days. And Joe Modise said, LT, with these 3 guys, I'm sending you to Livingston, west of Lusaka. Is it south or west? No, I think it's west, yeah. Your task there will be to cross our MK units, guys, across Zambezi River into Botswana and Zimbabwe. That river is infested with crocodiles and hippos. Our 4 of us stayed there for about 4 years, 1980 to 84. And then Joe Modise decided, no, we must go back to Lusaka. Okay, he appointed Keith and Snooky to be our commanders. And these guys were not MK guys. They never trained. They were his favorites. We only saw them when they brought guys to be crossed over the river, because they were based in Lusaka. We were in Livingston. So we crossed a number of MK guys units into Botswana and Zimbabwe, and they created chaos when they reached the country. I remember Joe Slovo, his guys were named Special Ops. They once bombed, attacked Fort Rekeregogte, the main SADF command base somewhere in Pretoria. So our guys created chaos inside the country. Right? I was sent back to Lusaka with my guys, 3 guys. We stayed few days in Lusaka, and then again Joe Modise sent me to Tanzania, because I was a nuisance in front of him. Maybe because I didn't die in Zambezi River, I don't know. Whilst in Tanzania, word came that our 9 guys perished inside Zambezi River. So they died painfully. Crocodiles feasted on them. May their soul rest in peace. So in Tanzania, I was appointed chief logistic, responsible for fetching food for our members from Mazimbu, the main NC in Morogoro, yes, Morogoro town. Morogoro.
Yes.
Yeah. At Mazimbu base. There was also a Solomon Mashangu Freedom College there. So I was fetching food from there for our people. Yeah. Later, I was trained to be a plumber in the ANC Vocational Training Center in Dakawa. My instructor was a British volunteer. So I was chief logistic, plus I was a plumber. I was dealing with water problems, toilets, etc. Then 1988, the group of Lutando and others were released from Quattro prison, not because of their liking of the NC. The United Nations ordered all foreign troops to leave Angola because it was sorting the problem of Namibia. This is Resolution 435. So all foreign forces were ordered to leave Angola.
Resolution
435. You'll Google your
35. Thank you.
Resolution 435. That's the resolution of the Namibia problem. Huh? And then these guys from Quatro arrived there in 1988 as a chief logistic. They were put separately from other ANC members because they were seen as poison. Although later they mixed with us. So by going there, somebody was putting his eyes on me. But I was a chief logistic. When these guys of Quatro, I don't know, somebody told them, hey, you're about to be locked up, guys, again. The next Quatro was in Uganda. Right? Possibly they would be sent to Uganda. So they fled to Dar es Salaam. In Dar es Salaam, they split into 2 groups. One fled to Malawi, one to Nairobi, Kenya. The group in Nairobi met with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who helped them. He was on a religious mission there. He helped them with finance, and food. Okay. Quattro guys like Lutando can explain better than me. The ones in Malawi, they managed to enter South Africa. Then they were detained temporarily, but after explaining their problem, the Boers released them. It was 1991, I think, yeah. Yeah, 91. Yes, it was 91. So after these guys of Quattro fled, Mbokoto thugs, ANC security guys, locked me up. You've heard about Mbokoto thugs, I'm sure.
The killer Mbokoto.
The killer Mbokoto, yes. I was locked up. In Tanzania, I jumped that one. I met as a Tanzanian woman, I married her. We were blessed with her daughter. I was locked up. So one Sunday...
Before we leave that Tanzania story, when about, in years, which year was it when you married a Tanzanian?
I think it was 85, yeah.
85.
Because my daughter was born in 87. So one Sunday afternoon, because we used to play soccer with Tanzanians. So our guys went out to play soccer. So I was in the cell there. And then one security guy was enjoying himself with Tanzanian ladies there. And he told other prisoners, not dangerous like me, to go and fetch food for us. It was about 5 o'clock. They brought food. And then it was already becoming dark. They never locked the door. I managed to escape. I was staying with my wife in a ANC area, V4. No, V2, in a house. So I reached that house, quickly packed my clothes in a bag, told her, hey, it's better, I'm going to your children, to my stepchildren. I footed, I'm sure, for 1 hour, because I was having a heavy bag with my clothes, resting in the bush there, and Tanzania has got a lot of mosquitoes. So these mosquitoes enjoyed my blood. Then I went, rest, stand up, walk, just like that. So near my wife's area, Magole village, I saw some guys there. They were Tanzanians night patrollers. In Kiswahili, they said to me, Wewe, simama. Meaning, you stop. Because I was already fluent in Kiswahili. Because I stayed there 8 years, you see. So I stopped. Wewe nani? Who are you? I identified myself. Kanti, one of them knew my wife and he knew me. Said, oh, ni bwana Teddy. Teddy was my wife's name. It's Teddy's husband. He said, okay, go. I went to my stepchildren, slept there. And in the morning, they gave me money for pass. First thing in the morning, I catch the first bus to Dar es Salaam. So there, I had 2 sisters-in-law staying in the same area. So I went to stay with them there until my wife brought my daughter back. Brought my daughter to Lusat, to Dar es Salaam. Yeah, she had mosquito bites because I was normal there. Because we had mosquito nets. So I was so worried. She had mosquito bites all over. And in Tanzania, there's too much poverty. You eat what they eat. Even if you don't like the food, you'll eat for survival. So Then I went to the United Nations High Commission for Refugees office that I've left the ANC. I want to be under you. They said, no, you better go to the ANC chief rep and ask for a resignation letter.
Waban.
And most of the guys in Angola, when they ran away from the ANC, the UN sent them back. And if they send you back, you are in shit. So I went to the ANC chief rep's office in Dar es Salaam, explained my problem. Fortunately, that guy was reasonable. He said, no, okay, come after 2 days. I'll prepare this letter for you. Then I went there after 2 days. I got the letter. Then I went to the UN. So UN position is that if you are a refugee now, you are not staying around. You must go to the refugee center. There is chaos there. You are given maybe maize seed and hoe to survive. Make your garden and survive. No money, no food, no what. So,
Wife and kids?
If you have wife and kids, I don't know what is going to happen with them. Yeah, I think I jumped something, man. Okay, no, okay. So, then I became a refugee until 1992, when the United Nations High Commission for Refugees repatriated me and my daughter back to South Africa, not the ANC, because I was no more ANC. Yeah. Right? 92, 93, 94, I joined the SNDF. I was integrated. In fact, this word integrated, we were swallowed.
Valmansdal process.
Yeah, Valmansdal process, yes. We were swallowed. I'll jump because it's a very long story. We started training in 1995 for 6 months in Bloemfontein. Sphiwe Nyanda, because he was, let me say, Modise appointed all his favorites, generals and officers. And the rest of us MK guys on the ground, no ranks. If you were a sergeant, we were lucky, or staff sergeant. I was ranked sergeant with my 6 years, with my 16 years of MK experience. And then we went for training in Bloemfontein, right, for 6 months. Then we came back. Then I had to undergo another training for promotion. I was promoted to staff sergeant until I retired in 2011. Funny enough, Modise appointed Keith Mokwape, who was not MK, to be as a major general to head the reserve force, SNDF reserve force. And we ask ourselves, why didn't he integrate into the SNDF? Because he could not manage to a soldier in life, because he's not a soldier. But he was appointed major general, and he enjoyed a lot of benefits of SNDF. Right? All Modise's favorites were appointed, as I say, generals and officers, and us, nothing. And then, okay, before that, Modise and Nelson Mandela, I'm going to say Modise, Nelson Mandela, sold MK and APLA guys. Nelson Mandela brought the British military advisor, BMAT, British military MAT, BMA double T, British military advisory training team to oversee the integration process. Yeah, I interpret that they were to reinforce the apartheid ANC alliance to suppress us more. We on the ground. Because ANC and Amabono, they've been in alliance for long. I mean, I think I sent you this white monopoly capital in the ANC, where the writer Veli van Donder say the ANC sold black people, South Africans, to the Jews in the 1940s. After the reading that, I read it for 2.5 days, resting. I was devastated until today that 76 I went to exile for Mahalams. ANC long sold black people, long. In Zambia, Lusaka, Oliver Tambo and his NEC held a secret meeting with white South African business people, and we were not told what was discussed. In Robben Island, Mandela unilaterally spoke to the captors without involving Walter Sisulu, Cohenbeck and others. Why? Was this his ANC? Because he was a bully. And he was a boxer. I think they were afraid of him. Why a captor speaking to a prisoner speaking to his captors? Why? Ask yourself that question. Now the last selling out of...
Just clarify that when Mandela was in prison, he did not have an ANC position because his last position was in the Youth League, right?
That's it.
So he had, because people are contesting this to say, at that time, Mandela had no authority to speak on behalf of the ANC because he was not in leadership of the African National Congress. Yes. Okay, no, it's fine. We can continue. I just wanted to clarify because people think Mandela has always been the leader of the ANC, even in prison. This is what they think. They don't know how we are Tambo. So I just wanted us to clarify for our young audience.
And also before that, he unilaterally dissolved MK without speaking to us. That is pain to MK guys. Why did he do that? We don't know. The last one, CODESA. Mandela.
Before you get to CODESA, I interrupted you and apologies for that. You were speaking about Mandela in prison. He was negotiating. I don't know what was your next thought of that, because I just wanted that clarity to say because people might think he was the leader. So I interrupted you. You were saying something about Mandela in prison.
Yeah. My worry is that why he, as a prisoner, speaking aloud to the captors? That is a big question. And I don't know where I get answer, because he's no more here, Mandela. And also, why did he dissolve MK without speaking to us? So, the ANC sold us 1940s, and in Zambia, on Robben Island, and here during CODESA so-called talks. It was Mandela, Modise, and Ramaphosa. The three sold black people and MK. I don't beat about the bush about that. They sold black people openly for money. Because I've got video, I'll send it to you, of Mwele Simpeki, where he says, you South African, you blame Zuma, that is corrupt. Zuma is a small fry. The main corrupt guy is Cyril Ramaphosa, who was boosted by Rupert and Oppenheimer in the 1980s. I've got that video, I'll send it to you. And Ramaphosa joined ANC in 1982. You will read it online. Well, I was nearly swallowed by crocodiles in Zambezi River. He joined the ANC, but today he's there. So there's a lot of things. This thing of foreigners, ANC don't speak about foreigners. They're abusing our people, they're killing our people. You only hear ANC Youth League or Women's League or NEC condemning this.
When you were coming back, to the country with your daughter, who was born in 1987.
Yes.
Where did you go to? And was it only you and your daughter? And what happened to your wife?
My wife, because she had about four kids, they were still young. She was the nurse that side. It's okay. She couldn't come with us. We came, two of us, to my mother's house in Dobsonville, to my parents' house in Dobsonville. Then I found poverty there. Like there's poverty in townships. Unemployment. 93, I was still unemployed. Then 94, I joined the Defense Force until 2011.
Where is your daughter now?
Fortunately, when she was doing grade 12, I told her, Bunte, you choose between the two, boys or education. She listened to me. After grade 12, remember, I came with her, she was 5 years.
Yes.
From Tanzania. Papa, I want to be a nurse. I don't know how. Because myself, when I came back, my late brother, firstborn, Ezekiel, told me my father was in the Second World War. But obviously he was not a soldier. They were cleaners, they cookers or whatever. I also took the Defense Force route. I don't know how. So I say, okay, if you want to be a nurse, it's okay. I took her to a nursing private college in Pretoria. I paid a lot of money with my sergeant's small salary. But fortunately, she didn't disappoint. She passed the course. And then she applied at the National Health Department. She was hired because that was the best college in Pretoria. Today, I'm proud to say my daughter is a professional nurse and she's a clinician. It means she can run a clinic. She wanted to specialize in midwife. Unfortunately, she's got 3 kids. She can't leave them alone. But she's now on course now.
That's good.
Online.
Okay. Does she have relationship with her siblings?
Yeah, she went there 2009, did African culture, bought a ship and food, and they did.
Did you go with her?
No, I didn't go there because they'll lock me up. Because I always criticize Tanzania. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. These things are...
Yeah, I understand. And people must not blame you for mixing stories because we just want you to be free. Yeah. We don't have any standard protocol of following this. Anything that comes to mind, feel free to speak about it.
Because I've been for 32 years, no? Yeah. I appointed myself to be a spokesperson of Quattro people, Quattro guys. I've been writing a lot of emails to Ramaphosa and others about this matter. No response. I copied, I think here is not the podium. No, it's not here. I copied more Nelson Mandela Foundation, Thabo Mbeki Foundation, Human Rights Commission, a lot of them. NPA, and I've been hammering on Tanzania, Zambia, and Angola that they must tell why they allow the ANC to run prisons on their soil, illegal and lawful prisons. No response. I wrote to the Tanzania, Zambia, Angola embassies, no response. I wrote to African Union, no response. And also, Thabo Mbeki doesn't respond on this. I've got a list here of about 9 guys. Okay. I asked Zuma, who was ANC counterintelligence chief that site, Thabo Mbeki, Ronika Soros, they are here, a number of them, there are 9, both Linde Sisulu, Lidwe Zulu, Balega and Betikot. Why didn't they help Oliver Tambo to stop Quatro? I'm asking them now. I'll read the list here. Why didn't they help Oliver Tambo to stop Quatro, where our guys were killed, daily tortured? Yo, they're painful one. I forgot to bring Olutando's artisans. He once gave me copy of this, or them pulling 1,000 liter water tank full up to Quatro in a steep, being whipped with coffee sticks, because Angola is a coffee producing country. Kicked Mbokoto armed with AK-47s. If you try to fight, they take you. This guy suffered in Quatro. So in 2018, I wrote a 5-page email to Cyril Ramaphosa that when you are at the helm of the ANC now, I request you to make means that our guys remains who are lying in Angola and Zambia, Tanzania for over 3 decades must be fetched back home. He never responded. 7 years now, never. Instead now, one Quatro inmate from Eastern Cape, I think it was last month, he told me there's an NPA team which clandestinely went to Angola. They say they are going to fetch our guys' remains, but they do it underground. I don't know if they are still there or what. So this 3 weeks ago, I phoned him. He said they say they've got 32. They found 32 remains. But now with MK guys who were killed in Quatro, no one will find them because they were buried in shallow graves, no names, no numbers. So I told Shamila Batoy in an email, I think it's about a week ago, that when your NPA team going there is fruitless because we are supposed to take survivors of Quatro. They must show you here are the graves. So automatically they won't fetch those bones. And they do this after Tokias Holler said in his video that in Angola there's about over 300 remains, graves of our South Africans, ANC members. So I don't know where did Tokyo get this information because he was in prison. Only him can say where he got this information. So I've been crashing Zambia, Tanzania. That's why I can't go to Tanzania. They'll lock me up. That why did you allow the ANC to run illegal prisons on your soil?
Does Bontle know how to speak Swahili, Kiswahili?
When we left there, she was 5. She can't.
She can't remember.
Can't.
She's fully integrated South African. Wait, did you get problems with her documentations when you came back?
Because I brought her the certificate. She's okay.
Okay. So that relationship with her mother and the people from there, is it proper? Do they come this side or? No,
they can't come. She always goes there. She went twice there.
Okay, no, that's.
And we always send them money because when I remember they gave me money for passing the morning.
Yes.
For the Rasa.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Yes.
MKVA case. Kintate just solved.
Yeah, this case. In the year.
Yeah, ke Detention soap, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
MKVA case.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
In 2015, myself, do you know Omri Makwale?
Umri Makwale. No.
He's a MK guy, Quattro inmate, ex-Quattro inmate also. It's from, his parents are from Limpopo.
Okay.
It was me, him, and I think 4 guys. Yeah. In 2015, we registered a corruption case of MKMVA trust case, ne? Which was held by, do you remember this guy called Kebima Pathway?
Yes.
Yeah.
One armed Kerim.
Yes.
Keep him apart.
Who lied that? Oh, let me leave him alone.
No. Please tell us, because the narrative has always been he was shot in his arm while he was okay. Julius Malema says he was running away.
He was running away, yeah.
And then others said he was in warfare. Others say he was only a cook in the camps. What was his real role?
I don't know, because he came long after us. You know, we jumped the borders, ne? When they went to Exile, they flew with suitcases with clothes. So
The Detention walked kilometers into Lesotho. He walked
even
alone
from the Dar es Salaam, his group walked up to Malawi border. He'll tell the story better than me. So in 2015, we registered a corruption case against Kebima Pass and his 3 friends who are still alive. He passed away, ne?
Who are these friends?
Eish.
Don't remember them.
Oh, I brought you something here.
Okay, let's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some documents I brought for you, ne?
Okay.
Yeah. In 2018, we won this case at the South Gauteng High Court, represented by advocates Dumisan Saveza and
Nisa
Saveza, and advocate, her surname is Mbelle, Mbelle. I think, if I'm not mistaken, her first name is Doritando, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And
So what was the case about?
corruption. Our funds were embezzled.
Funds of the veterans.
Yes, all the veterans, yes.
How much was it?
We don't know. What I wanted to say, yeah. So, Dumisan Saveza, advocate Mbelle, let's say Mbelle, but it's double L. And attorney Morey Hafon of Weber Wenzel on pro bono. We won the case.
All these jurists, including Zaveza, assisted you pro bono.
Yes.
That's very good.
So it is now 7 years. Master Order High Court has never implemented the court order. I'll show you, I'll give it to you with your copy. So it means he was bribed with money to kill this case, because one guy eavesdrops to me that NC top guys also embezzled our monies as usual. So the case is dead.
Okay, you will find a way to answer this from this question. There was a time it was agreed, South Africa and many other African countries, Namibia, for example, they spoke about people who oppressed people must atone. And when they atone, they must pay reparations. And these reparations is just to say sorry, even though we know sorry is not enough. The African National Congress, pushing through government or whatever, there was monies, whether through TRC, to say the victims of these atrocities must be compensated. And there are allegations that people like Thabo Mbeki were at the at the opposite side of making sure this does not happen. And this is an allegation from freedom fighters that the people that we trusted to make sure that the system atones and the oppressors of these victims must pay reparations. They found it very difficult that those who they thought were with them were actually oppositional to this thing of compensating people. What is the story around that?
Yeah, as I said, this is my 32nd year speaking for MK or Quattro guys, although I was not there. But they told me a lot in Tanzania. Have we had somebody being hit with a 6-inch nail? His eyes sprouted out and he died on the spot. Guys made to walk on red coal barefoot, burning plastic in the private parts. Quatro, I think you must Google Quatro. It's bad, NC. In my mother's language, but NC kim khatwa satar, and I stress that NC kim khatwa satar, because we have suffered because of the NC.
For those who have not been exposed to Quatro, just explain Quatro in short, because they might not understand. They wouldn't even think Quatro, it was Portuguese people imprisoning ANC people. What was Quatro?
It's ANC's main prison in Angola. Because formation of Quatro, setting up of Quatro was to stop us saying we want to go and fight. Because the Modise is number one apartheid spy. So he set up the Quatro prison, and he was helped by Chris Hani to suppress us. And Sondo and Muzwandile Pilis, they are all dead. So this was to stop us from going inside, pestering them that we want to go and fight. So, let me come to that one. This thing. In 1993, I appeared before Mashiane Commission about my life in exile and the life of MK guys. No solution.
Say the commission again.
Mashiane Commission.
Nyane. Lots of commissions, but
lot of them. 96, I was at the Chelsea where I met with Tutando. We didn't plan it, we just met there. He told our stories. Recommendation of Chelsea was that all victims who testified before the Chelsea, including South Africans, must be paid 2.5 every month for 2 years. Tabombeki bulldozed or bullied Nelson Mandela, Archbishop Tut. He refused. He said you must get 30,000 once off. 2.5 times 2 years is about 60,000. That is not money. So we got 30,000.
Once off.
Once off. Yeah. So.
And why does he justify that? Tabombeki? Why would Tabombeki?
He said that time. He said, government has got no money.
Government does not have money to pay reparations.
But as we speak now, there's more than 2 billion rand sitting in the present fund for victims who testified before the Chelsea. Ramaphosa is sitting on top of it, that money. Soon the money will disappear. Our money, who testified before Chelsea. Over 2 billion rands. Our mothers, South Africans, Labo Baba, for years they've been sleeping at the, what is that, in Mbokoto. Why is that was? Yeah, that court. Why is that court?
Bramfontein.
Yeah. Sleeping there, requesting their money to be paid to them. Nothing.
Tell us who is...
Constitutional Hill.
Constitutional Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us who is Sipho Phungula.
Or Sipho Phungula is a Quattro inmate who also ran away from Tanzania. I think he came in with Lutando. I don't remember which year was that. Lutando can tell us better. He and Sipho visited ANC office in Mthatha. because they're both from the Eastern Cape. And then his Lutando once told me that Chris Hani's bodyguards shot open fire on them. Lutando managed to escape, but Sipho was killed in the spot.
Is he the one that you said when you returned to the country with, you survived and he unfortunately did not make it?
Yes, that's right.
And these Chris Hani bodyguards, if you hear the story, what was the reason for having attacked you guys after surviving that long trip from East Africa to get here?
The problem is they were infiltrated inside the country prior to...
Please come a bit closer so the mics can hear you. This isn't that Lutando Jasop, who's a freedom fighter himself, who has shared the stories with us. So they are here in solidarity. We just want him to explain this part of the allegation that Chris Hani bodyguards went after people and took them out. We just want to hear that Jasop explaining it.
Yes, thanks for the opportunity. Actually, just prior to us arriving here in South Africa in 1990, around April, these two or three of them had already infiltrated the country, but were captured by the Boers in the Western Transvaal. The Boers didn't incarcerate them for a long time in South Africa, but took them to Transkei because they were originally from Transkei. So they were incarcerated in Umtata under Holomisa. So we were coming inside the country around April, and Mandela was free at that time. Mandela happened to visit Umtata prison. And then what happened is that Holomisa freed these MK guys due to influence from Mandela. These guys actually, their mission from exile, they were assassins.
Oh.
Yes.
They were supposed to take out certain people and you were on that list of people to be taken out.
No, we were not yet on that list. But we happened to be inside the country at the wrong time.
Oh.
And Sipho Phumula and I, we first went to Gqeberha, where he's from, to meet his parents. And then I said, okay, let's go to Tata so that we can meet my parents. And then when we were there, we said we should go and meet these, go to the AC offices and introduce ourselves so that they can hear our story from us. It was on June 11, on a Monday. They said the meeting will be on June 30th, on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So, all right, we arrived there right in time, but the man was there, Kaiser Matt, who happened to have been trained by Sipho. We've been trained by Sipho because Sipho Phumula was a bodyguard of Chris Hani in Lesotho. And he had been entering the country to train people underground. And this guy who was in charge of the offices of ANC had been trained by Sipho. So they knew each other. So this seemed like this was just going to be one of those
reunions, beautiful reunions.
Yes. But on this day, when we arrived and there was for this meeting at 2 o'clock, Skazon said, we must wait a bit longer. We were still waiting when in came this one guy who went straight to him and they were talking, and it was apparent that they were talking about us because from time to time, this guy would look at us. This other guy was just entered the offices. But now we didn't suspect anything, and that's when we said by 2 o'clock, 3:30, said, no, we cannot wait for longer than this. We are leaving, we'll come some other day and arrange for another meeting. So when we left, we saw a Peugeot 404 parked in front of the offices. What attracted us to that Peugeot was the driver who was actually looking at us in a way that was, you could tell that
He had a bigger interest.
why is this guy staring at us like this? But we never took it seriously. We went to the taxis, to the location, my location, Ganelizo. And then, on alighting from the taxi, here is this Peugeot 404, which means they've been following us. The driver, and from behind, from the back seat, came out this guy who had been in the office talking to Kaiser Med. This guy was carrying a Scorpio pistol. And you say, comrades, I said, Sipo, but it was too late. He was opening fire at us. Because Sipo was in front, he was an easy target for me. At that time, I tried my best to run. I escaped. I jumped over some setting few walls just to disappear. And later that day, I went to the police station of Langelizo to report this. Only to find that later my sister came. She had had the shots because we were not far from my home. And then she came and found Sipo there. She organized a car to take him to hospital, but he died on the way. You can imagine the responsibility from my side to break this news
To Sipo's family.
to Sipo's family. And all that time, I told myself that I will never rest until these guys face justice. But I couldn't stay longer in Umtata because
You ran away, came to Gauteng.
as when I said, because everybody in Transkei was seeing no danger, and as the one was feeling that there's danger lacking, because everything could just be squashed by just killing me. And the Transkei police were not being helpful. So I left in Tata for Johannesburg. No wonder I keep on saying that I'm here by default. For the past 3 years.
Okay, thank you very much, Dade Jasop. So, Dade Jasop explained this story, of course, not in much detail like he has done now. So, in your work, because you have carried out the responsibility of representing these freedom fighters, there are a lot of stories like Sipho Phungulwa, and of course, Tamizulu would be a big story like that. Who are among these people who perished? Because I wanted to ask about 9 people who were eaten by crocodiles in Zambezi. That must be very horrible. When I was with Lindiwe Zulu, one of the questions I asked is, who keeps file? You've got archives. If you do have physical archives, are they digitalized? Are they kept? Who should carry this rich history? The TRC 2.0 is coming back because there were a lot of delays in implementation. Cyril Ramaphosa has just opened it back. When we are going to listen, I can imagine some of these people who were eaten by crocodiles in the Zambezi. What was the weight to their family? it's such things that make me wonder, was it worth it? And just in all of those questions that I posed with my confusion and other people who would have gone through this, what is the official status of the organization, and what is it that you as a freedom fighter would want to tell the families?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because in Exile, we used pseudonyms, like I say, or team players. So I wouldn't know. He was you called him Chauke.
Yes.
If he was dead, I wouldn't know that he's Rutado. Just so. So Ezio won't tell us this because they also killed our comrades.
But you guys wrote lots and lots of biographies. Everywhere you go, biograph. Everywhere you go. These documents, who's in charge of keeping these documents? Because this is our rich history. It's not only history of the ANC, it's the history of our people, the freedom that was not given for free. It's our collective history. Who has these things?
I think no one.
Did they ban it? It wasn't important.
Maybe they were destroyed, those things. So because I remember when I was in Lusaka, one old lady used to tell us that, Tina, this is the ANC, we're ANC family. We didn't say you must come and join us. You just came on your own. To us, you are nothing.
Is it a mother?
Because now the ANC was rich now with donors' money. So we were enemy agents. We were enemy agents.
I want to ask you about this. So you said there was a doctor, there was a single doctor, you called her by name. Nomava. And how many people was she taking care of before the Cubans came? Like one doctor for how many patients?
I think we were more than 100. Because we had about 4 platoons. Platoons made up of 32 people. There were.
Okay.
Plus administration.
Okay. Thandi Modise was in amongst the camps that you were in.
Yes.
And during the training, so you trained, so she's your contemporary in exile. Mm-hmm. I want to understand stories of female leaders of the ANC in exile. There are allegations by Aikumalo who suggest that they overheard that South African women, when they landed there in exile, they were not immediately given guns like everyone, like training. They were, for example, given contraceptives. Others were saying they were under attack by Mbokoto, the killer Mbokoto. It was specifically targeting female leaders. What is it that you know, because you were inside, amongst all these allegations? What is it that you know?
Yeah, what I know is that in the ANC, there was a lot of sexual abuse of women by top guys, top dogs. I won't name them now.
They were given preferential treatment in exchange.
Yeah. And then, in fact, I always say in my writing that sexual abuse of women is a culture in the ANC from exile until here. I remember 2 guys here. I won't name them.
Yes, who are senior.
They abused women.
Who you will tell us after the podcast.
Yeah, But the cases, because Mali speaks a lot of languages.
So what kind of training were these women? Did they really train?
Yeah, they did the same as us, yeah.
And then why did we not have them in leadership and stuff? So you were a platoon commander at some point, and of course you did other courses. So I just want to understand, these women, what kind of leadership roles did they play?
The culture of Black South Africans is that women's place is in the kitchen.
Ish.
So they must not get top positions. But I'm worried because South African women, even those at the top, they're educated, they don't fight this abuse. It seems they enjoy it.
Lindiwe Sisulu. With a big surname Sisulu. Was she in the camps with you? Did she receive similar training? What camp did she go to? Do you know of her? Do you know of your participation?
I don't know her because I think she left before us. I think before 76. I don't have her history. Unless I Google her, maybe. Yeah. She was not in our group.
Yeah.
She left before us, yeah.
I'm asking because why are these female freedom fighters not accorded the same respect as the other male leaders? And, they are not seen as proper military people. Sorry to make this comparison, for instance. Modise was at some point at the helm of Defense Force, right?
Yeah, she was Minister of Defense, eh?
Yeah. And then the current minister, Mngqibisa, was she ever in exile exposed to such?
I don't think so. She was not.
When such happens, how does it make you feel that people are not appointed on merit? People may not understand. If someone goes to Goma, if someone goes to the Eastern DRC, if someone needs to go to Uganda and, I know negotiate a little people, the dynamics there, having to speak with the ordinary people of, Kiswahili, persuasion, like all of those things. And well, you guys and other leaders would have this experience of going to exile. I would think ordinarily, because ANC preaches, cadre deployment. So these ready cadres must be deployed. How does it make you feel? Is this what you felt when you were fighting for the liberation of our people, to say you are going to come back at some point to plow back to the communities, especially back in Africa and of course here? What is your thinking around it?
Yeah, this cadre deployment was also applied in the Defense Force. The favorites of John Modise.
Wrongfully.
Yeah, wrongfully, yeah. So cadre deployment has destroyed our country. Because like Mngqibisa, she's a Minister of Defense. But she's not a soldier.
She's a teacher.
She's a teacher. She doesn't know what is happening in the Defense Force. So she's a favorite. I think favorite of Ramaphosa. So we feel bad. Right now the Defense Force is down. China MK Aplane, Amabonu made us permanent soldiers. As a result, I qualified for a house with subsidy every month. I've qualified for medical until now. Even my wife is in the same medical until if I die, she takes over. No, she goes to up to one military hospital. But for now, because I'm a pensioner, I don't go anymore to one military hospital because also that hospital is dead. It's dead. Holomisa was there recently. Said, there's nothing here. That is why when my wife was sick, my first wife, one military hospital referred her to Steve Biko because she was having cervix cancer. There's no machines in one military hospital. I said, Boas make us MK Apla permanent soldiers. Right now, these children who are serving now, they are contract soldiers under democracy. They qualify for nothing. And Ramaphosa and his ANC doesn't care. These children, if she or he want to buy a small thing like fridge, Cascoloto, at the furniture shop, they ask for a pay sheet. Pay sheet, when you don't qualify.
Yeah.
Fridge.
I want us to talk about Mbokoto. I asked Joe Quatro, what was Mbokoto? Was it under the ANC? Was it an ANC grouping? Was it reporting under MK? What was Mbokoto? And why was it feared by people in exile?
Because they were brutal. As I said,
Who was leader of this unit?
it's Modise. It's Modise. Later, he was joined by Chris Hani, then Druma Sondo, and Mzwandile Pidiso. So, a number for...
What kind of operations did they do? Were they just internal terrorism entity within ANC? Did they do any work outside to go and infiltrate? And who was Mbokoto? Like, was it a separate people? This unit called Mbokoto, it seems to be feared by many people.
Yeah, the purpose of Mbokoto was to harass us members of the ANC. If somebody come to Mbokoto and said, hey, OLT say 1, 2, 3, they immediately come for me and I'm gone. If I'm not lucky, as they did to many MK guys in Quattro, in Tanzania also there was a prison there. I was locked up in Tanzania. Zambia 78, Tanzania 91. So other guys didn't manage, they were killed. So they were set up to harass us before.
Tamizulu is one of the victims of Mbokoto. Have Mbokoto foot soldiers went to the TRC and asked for forgiveness?
Never. They never went there.
When I was speaking to Tete Jasop, I was asking about the captors because he said he knew some of these faces, some of the people that were the security, the people who would come and give them daily physical beatings. Like, did you know them? He said, yes, some he knows them, but he doesn't know where they're. These people who were your oppressors in exile, are they still alive today? Are they back? And do you know each other? Like, what kind of a life are you living with them? Like, you are cordial with Lutando Jasop because, you met at the TRC because you are the victims. The people who were dispensing these atrocities to the other ANC people, where are they now?
Yeah, some of them died.
Yeah.
And I understand some of them bought houses in Kempton Park. And they don't go to townships. They think we'll attack them. And we don't care about them. They'll die naturally. Because all of us, I won't live here for 200 years. Even people who are killing other people, they all live for 200 years. All of us,
tell me about when you returned back, you came to your home in poverty. That story, Ntade Jasop says, at some point, he remembers like big names of the ANC in Soweto. They did not have anything. They met at Mama Winnie's house and like they were ordinary community people. All of a sudden, these people are billionaires and millionaires. He sees them on TV and he cannot even make sense. Like, from the guy that we were just returning soldiers who had same comrade, and he says there was a power cut and they did not have money. All of them, they had to send kids to go and buy candles and stuff. All of a sudden, within no time, he sees these people on TV. They are millionaires now. You couldn't understand, where did these people get this money so quickly? And when you returned to poverty, to your mother's house. Other comrades, even though they did not work, they had flats, they had houses in Newton, they had family trusts, they were rich, they had friends with the Solkesnas, the Oppenheimers, the Ruperts, the Minels, the Hessoffs. They were taken care of. How do they explain this rapid time of amassing so much wealth in a short space of time without having sold anything that is tangible? When you ask yourselves, or you ask them when you meet them, how do they explain this wealth? What did they sell?
They won't tell you, because stealing of money or taxpayers' money is deep culture in the NC. They are rich because they stole money, taxpayers' money. For example, let me go back to that one, the Thabo Mbeki. After he said there's no money,
Yes.
and he gave us 30,000.
Yes.
In 1999, there was arms deal corruption. Billions of rands were stolen by ANC sources. Mandela was president at that time.
Yes.
Thabo was number 2. Trevor Manuel was finance minister. But this case is thrown at
Jacob Zuma alone.
no, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why these people don't come before court to come and explain? Because, okay, Mandela is no more. Thabo Mbeki and Trevor Manuel, why don't they come before court and explain about his billions? All right. I'll go to this one. You reminded me of my external deployment. In 2003, 2004, I deployed under the SANDF in Burundi, 6 months each. And we solved the political problem of Burundi. 2006, 08, 2010, I deployed in DRC, in Goma, under the UN. We paid dollars. ANC government took those dollars and gave us little rents and added that into our monthly salary and SARS on top of us.
I want you to take it step by step and very slow for our audience. When you suspect, just how much was the UN giving per soldier, and how much did a soldier end up with?
I can't say how much because we were not told. But what I know is that UN pays us in dollars, US dollars.
So
no one will tell you.
You know how difficult is it to get hold of unions representing the military? It's very difficult. Like such questions, would anyone even know? According to you, we had soldiers who were in a war-torn Eastern DRC and people were captured. We had our female soldiers coming back pregnant. I asked the Deputy Minister of the military, Thandi Morake. I said, what actually happened? Why can't we be told? Are these women victims? Were they willing participant of sexual acts in deployment? Is it legal if that happens? Were there no contraceptives? Were they not? I just want to understand what happens, or what according to you would have happened there. Are we guilty of exposing our female to treacherous deployments where we cannot be able to protect them? Were they violated by enemy soldiers? What is it? Because no one has actually told us. Is it closed because it's the rights of these people, and as a country we were deprived of knowing? We don't even know who are these victims. We just want to understand, because we might be silent because it's a private matter. They were victims, so they don't want to tell us, or they were actually participants, or meaning they are wrong themselves for exposing themselves to such things. I just want to understand, as someone who has been in deployment abroad, what could have happened to our female leaders?
Yeah, our women freedom fighters were sexually abused, as I say, by even top guys in the ANC, last Mbokoto. So some were promised scholarships to sleep with them. And after that, yes, she sent abroad.
What about these ones, these latest ones of the South African Defence Force who went to DRC?
Yeah, who came back pregnant.
Yes.
We are not told whether they were impregnated by our guys or Congolese. We don't know.
So it's very difficult to know. In your times when you were working, were there sexual relations between soldiers?
Of course, yeah. By top guys in the who deployed as commanders.
Okay, so they would have girlfriends amongst those deployed. So the reason I'm asking is, would it be so that they did not even have protection or contraceptives, or it was hidden? What could, because when they come back from a mission pregnant, it raises eyebrows. Are they victims or they are bad participants? According to you, what could have happened?
I don't have answer for that, because I don't know how come you are sent to a mission abroad, you come back pregnant.
Yes. Okay.
You are going to represent your country, but you come back pregnant.
Yes.
They only can tell us what happened, who impregnated them.
Yes.
You must Google Ayana Zolone.
Yes.
She once told Zoetin that, I don't know which year was it, there was sexual abuse of women in MK camps.
Men or women?
Women.
Okay. Okay, let's do that, because when Ike spoke about Ayanda Dlodlo contacted Ike. Let's just check. Okay. Ayanda Dlodlo. Yeah. Let's just check if Ki Sowetan.
Yeah, I don't remember which year.
Okay. Let's check if we are going to get aspect of some experience of women in the struggle. By Kelemaku, MK Commander alleges sexual abuse. Mr. Enda Dlodlo condemns abuse. Public servants. Sexual abuse. There's Chelsea Commission. Gender. I don't find anything directly to her, but if we do, we'll put it here. Because she has come out to refute some of the things that are said in the media about her. So, but if we find it, like I say, we'll put it here for everyone to see. So, is there anything that that you think it wasn't told that you needed to be shared? That you want to be laid bare now, because we are at the end of the podcast now. What do you think he forgot?
I think he has covered most of.
He has covered most of everything. So whatever happened to Bu Bententi, like the boxer who you last saw in a prison cell? Why were they incarcerated, and whatever happened to them? Did he come back to active sports?
Yeah, he was once, but he retired. He was in the intelligence section now.
Yeah.
But he retired. So I don't know where does he stay.
Okay. But do you know why they were arrested, or you just assume Vele? If you question Joe Modise, you most likely going to be arrested.
Yeah, Joe Modise, even Oliver Tambo was afraid of, because he was always armed in Lusaka. I saw that pistol one time. He forgot it on top of at the Yellow House in Chunga there, on top of the desk. So I took it to him, because he was feared, that guy. I don't know.
Joe Modise.
He was feared. Even Chris Hani feared him.
So people see Chris Hani as an angel in the politics of our struggle. This rich history of Chris Hani is seen as an angel. Is that what you as freedom fighters see him as?
No. Because going back to Tanzania before they fled there, he once came with, in Tanzania they call it Fanya Fuchu, or FFU. It means do shit and see. It is presidential force.
Yeah.
They are feared in Tanzania.
Fanya
Fujo one. Fujo is, I'll explain that to you now. Fanya Fujo, Fanya, do shit and see.
Oh, about.
That's it. He came, Chris, and he came with this FFU to to come and suppress Quattro guys in Tanzania before they fled. And then also one Quattro inmate told me that there's a guy is called Umkhonto from the Umkhonto family, famous Umkhonto family. His brother was Curtis Umkhonto, but he passed. That guy told me that Chris once ordered Mbokoto thugs to shoot Sphiwe Nyanda in the streets of Luanda, Angola. And they shot him. He was taken in that condition into the cell, into Quattro. Unfortunately,
bleeding.
Yeah. Later, Ephraim was seen with a rope around his neck inside Quattro, and he died. And Olefile Tambo told Umkhonto's family lies that he committed suicide. How can I commit suicide? I'm a prisoner. Where do I get rope? So somehow Olefile Tambo is also accomplice to this thing as a Quattro.
This thing of saying Olefile Tambo was fighting a system of apartheid sponsored by Britain, but he has his family, his wife and kids in London at the mercy of the same oppressors. And when I spoke to Joe Quattro, he defended him. He said, but Olefile Tambo was in exile. I said, where? In London or in the trenches? Where was he? Where was he for? Because everyone seemed to say he would go there, he would go there. Who was funding all of this movement? Mm-hmm. And I just want to understand, how did you think of him? Because he was sitting right next to the enemy, but his family was shielded. His family did not receive the letter bombs. What was it like for freedom fighters, knowing that your families are exposed, but his family, under the oppression and the assistance of Britain, London was an easy target, but his family was safe there.
Yeah, no, we were disturbed by that because as you say, how can you fight the enemy but you are sitting within the enemy?
Yes.
It's like Nelson Mandela's big statue is in the heart of London. Why? What did he do? Why Kwame Nkrumah are not there? Why Petrus Lumumba are not there? Why the statues are not there? Yeah, what did he do for his statue to be in the heart of London?
Who was Make in the struggles of ANC?
Make. First name?
I forgot his name. There is no masking. Is Cassius Make.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He died before you guys came back.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
I just want to understand this thing because it always happens when we throw names like Chris Hani. What were their roles and who are the good guys of our struggle? Who are these good guys that you think this one could have been a good president? Because once all of these people came back, like I said, they came rich, and by the Durban conference already they had money to influence conference lists and stuff. They already had sponsored. They would know how to run campaigns. Who are people that we do not know of? Because when I was sitting with Joe Quattro, he told us of other people who were very high, who were very senior, but Joe Modise, of course, didn't jump them. He jumped them and he elected these favorites to be generals and stuff. Who are these people that you think we do not know them and they are worthy of your mentions?
Yeah, I don't have a number of them, but I think Cassius Mark is one of them. But although he died early, before we knew him thoroughly, but he was a good guy.
Was a good guy.
Yeah. So others, I wouldn't say this one was good or bad. I don't know them. Because I didn't stay too long in Zambia. I didn't stay too long in Angola. I stayed too long. I later stayed in Zambia and Tanzania, but there were no more there.
No, Ralebo, I think this is it. I think maybe next time we will discuss certain aspect of your incarceration, and what we are looking for is actually to have a panel where yourselves, Wuntate, Jasop and others who Quatro would sit down in a panel, so you would discuss all of these things and what is it that you feel. If you have not forgotten anything, now on my side, I'm done.
I'll send this to you in email.
Okay.
Yeah, the list of people I say, why didn't they help
Yes.
Oliver Tambo to stop Quatro? It's Jacob Zuma, Thabo Mbeki, Ronnie Kasrils, Lindiwe Zulu, Lindiwe Sisulu, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Thoko Didiza, Snuki Zikalala, and Baleka Mbete. Other side.
Why do you think they had the capacity to assist?
They were leaders then.
At that time, when Quatro was on, they were influential leaders. Were they not afraid of the Mbokoto and stuff?
Yeah, of course, they were afraid of them because
So
Mbokoto locked up any goat who opposes them.
what kind of power did OR have over people like Joe Slovo? Because people at some point, and I don't blame them, they confuse the influence of Joe Slovo because they say Joe Slovo was running the whole of MK. With OR, we just want to understand, did they fear OR? Were they working with him? They did not fear him. Who was the Commander General of MK?
It was Joe Modise, Commander-in-Chief.
Commander-in-Chief. But then, who was head of ANC is OR.
OR, yeah.
So shouldn't this report to, and people somewhat feared Joe Slovo over OR because OR was seen as a administrative and ceremonial head of ANC, but the puppet was doing the spade work and controlled everyone, and everyone feared was Joe Slovo. Why is that? Why is that set up?
I'm not sure if Joe Slovo was feared because what I know is that he had his group of MKs. They were called Special Ops. The one caused havoc in the country. They hit apartheid targets. Yeah. Even that Fort Regero.
But you said they feared Joe Slovo.
Joe Modise.
Surisina, apologies because I confused Joe Modise and Joe Slovo. Apologies, apologies. No, in fact, there are lots of Joe Mamasela, Joe Quatro. There are a lot of Joes. Yeah. So Joe Slovo, SACP leader, mostly in the country. I'm sorry, I confused Joe Modise and in
Lusaka also, some of us, he turned us to be his Batman, washing his clothes, his car, even the engine with paraffin, blah, blah, blah.
Engine with paraffin?
If you refuse, Quatro. You defy the commander, Quatro.
So people were saying he was actually a dictator, and if he had ascended, South Africa would have turned in a bad way. When did Joe Slovo, Joe Modise, sorry, when did Joe Modise die? When about? Is it after 94 or just before 94?
After 94, because he was
He was a minister of defense.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after 94 years.
When because at the time we did not know. All we knew he was the general of MK. When he died, do you think most of you who knew him from Exile were celebrating?
Too much. I nearly took whiskey. Unfortunately, I'm just him. I can't think. So let me come to the last two.
Yes.
Because I also forgot them. 92, after I came back, I mixed this thing because I wanted.
Yeah.
But I'll send this to you.
Sure.
Because they're in order here. Mama Sela, ex-MK, who was sold by MK High Command after being infiltrated. High Command in Lusaka was led by Joe Modise. The boss, I don't know if I send you that video.
I can't remember. I will send you many.
I'll check and send you that one. Like others who infiltrated MK guys, sold to the boss and given two choices. You become Askari and you kill troublemakers. If not, we kill you. So Mama Sela killed, I think,
To save himself.
yeah, to save his face, because he says in that video, those who refused, they were killed.
And he's not the only one. He says it with other people, of course, they're being interviewed and they're asking for forgiveness to say, we are sorry, forgive us, because what we had to do, we did not even like what we wanted to do. Yeah, so...
And then the last one is, of Eugene de Kock. He was sentenced to, I think, 200 years, plus, I don't know what. Who killed black people at Frog Plus?
Where is Frog Plus? Because we just know it was west of Pretoria.
Yeah, somewhere in Pretoria, I don't know. So imagine you are killed alive, put on high fire, wood fire, die screaming. Eugene de Kock and his friends eating brine meat and whiskey, drinking whiskey. How heartless was that guy?
And police ministers, apartheid ministers would come and visit it and give them support at those farms.
And the ANC government pardoned him. I understand he was given 200,000 rand handshake plus 40 rand salary per month. 40,000 per month. Democracy released a killer. Because why? I think he's got a list of ANC Mpimpis who are in the top there. We must not be afraid to state it. ANC has got a lot of apartheid Mpimpis. Even Mandela died with that list. Yeah. Yeah.
Mashiane Politicallyincorrect. It's been a long one. Let's close it. Eitada.